Anthony had been thrown out of his house by his own son. It was a humiliation he never imagined would happen, but it did. His son had carried him out and locked the gate. While the neighbors watched, some were whispering, others laughed quietly. He walked away in silence, his clothes dirty and rumpled, and headed to Madame Lucy's place, the woman he had been staying with since he abandoned his wife and children. When he arrived, Madame Lucy noticed his condition immediately. Anthony said nothing for a while, pacing around the room before finally explaining what had happened, how his son had embarrassed him, and how his wife had removed the land documents from where he kept it. That document was the only thing Madame Lucy wanted from him, and now that it was gone, her attitude changed completely. Anthony tried to assure her that it was his land and that he could always get the documents back, but Madame Lucy was no longer interested in promises. She told him plainly that unless he could buy her a land within 2 months, he should not return to her. The idea sounded impossible to him, but he began to consider borrowing money from friends and colleagues to make it happen. He believed that once he fulfilled her demand, things would turn to normal. That night, she refused to let him share her bed. She told him to sleep in the sitting room until he proved himself useful again. Anthony accepted the condition quietly, blaming his innocent wife for everything. He believed that if his wife had not hidden the document, he would have reached it and Madame Lucy would not have reacted this way. The next morning, before leaving for work, Madame Lucy handed him a list of items to restock her kitchen. The list contained foodstuffs worth hundreds of thousands of naira, and she expected him to bring them home that night. Anthony reminded her that he had already given her his last salary, but she insisted he must find a way to get everything on the list or leave her house. Anthony folded the paper and left for work. He arrived late, hoping no one would notice, but when he got to his desk, he saw an envelope waiting for him. It was a termination letter. He had been sacked for repeated lateness to work and for bad conduct that had brought embarrassment to the company. Because he was cheating on his wife, it brought a bad name to the company, and the manager could no longer endure that excesses. As he read the letter, the manager entered and confirmed that his employment had been officially terminated. His replacement had already been hired. Anthony stood motionless, the reality finally settling in. Now, without a job, without money, and without a home, he wondered how he would buy the land Madame Lucy demanded, how he would restock her kitchen, and how he would face the people who once respected him, including his family. To be continued.